The full 90 minutes in 20 consecutive matches. He'll be joined along that back line by Nate Kowalczyk, Joaquin. We'll talk more as the broadcast goes on about the impact Sean Docking had on this Chanticleer's program. Because of how hard he plays and how smart he is, he's successful. Marshall chips it in the box to Pinto on the run. Ball deflecting around and now cleared away by Coastal. A great run by High Pinto. He's only got one goal on the year. That came on a penalty. Corner for Marshall. Hand goes up, hand down. He will send it in, and ball off the crossbar, bouncing around. Deflected a couple times. Roberto got a chance too. And somehow Harrison Goff keeps Marshall off the scoreboard. That was Pakamov. I think that was Nikita at first.
Furthermore, right there, another beautiful shot in, gives Marshall another opportunity, but of course, great defense from Coastal that time.
Ball into the box, and that's Romberg that was charging forward, collides with a couple Coastal Carolina players, and Joaquin. We talked about confidence a little bit, but this position, it's 70% mental, 30% physical. He said, you know, if you're not confident as a goalkeeper, we can't touch, still with it at his feet. Now off to Roberto as Marshall plays it inside the 18. A couple passes, back to Roberto. Roberto, left foot, flank. Now plays it back for De La Vibora, trying to create some space towards the in line. De La Vibora tries to cross, and then he'll create another corner for Marshall. Every night from you. Corner for Marshall, chipped in, headed to the back post, and headed away again. Now Ryan Holmes plays it back in towards the 6. Marshall trying to create some opportunities and have thus far. Ball headed in again by Holmes. Ball just being volleyed around right now. De La Vibora tries to come away with a shot.
I know you also talked to Chris Fiddler before the match. He talked about kind of being able to bring guys off that back line and create not only some opportunities, but more great opportunities as you see another.
Of course, Coastal drew with probably its stronger opponents last year in JMU in West Virginia. Ball crossed by De La Vibora. Making a run that time, both Romberg and Roberto across the top of the 6. Couldn't get a boot on it. And it'll clear the far side.
Maybe had a little too much bend on it as well, but of course Marshall gonna try to keep applying the pressure here.
A little bit of a shove in the back that time as Suarez, Kowalczyk. Marshall plays the ball in, looking for St. Louis, or excuse me, looking for De La Vibora. St. Louis. Far side ball for the Thundering Herd. Ball played in, looking for Gadar on the run, can't get there. Now Marshall back on the ball. Ball chipped in, right at the first. Marshall gets the early goal. David De La Vibora brings Marshall up 1-0 with 12:11 to go in the first half. Keep putting shots on, keep playing the ball in. That's exactly what we saw from Marshall that time. Got to get an idea if that chip from the left was from Francis or Romberg. Let's take a look again. And that's Kiviano Francis. The cross, and right there was De La Vibora on the doorstep. Comes flying in for his second goal of the season. And there's that run of play goal that Marshall's been looking for.
Absolutely, and you see he's already airborne when that ball's being sent in. Of course, Goff has done well so far this game, does everything he can. He just has a great understanding, and he knows it's part of the game. He knows that not all goals are going to be scored in live play like that. There's another ball sent in there. And
from David De La Vibora off the assist from Kiviano Francis. Free kick chipped into the top of the 18, ball volleyed around and space. Now back for Pakamov. Kirill Pakamov, far side Gadar, top of the 18, into the box. Francis leaves it off now for Romberg, slide tackle. Official says no, sir. We're gonna see our lead official come over and take a look. So they're gonna take a look at that. Was not called a foul inside, whether or not that was a foul.
Fortunately, Romberg did hop up there after a few moments down.
And the way the official has come out, it seems as if there's a card that may be issued, and it is a PK. So a delayed PK given to Marshall. And the Thundering Herd just continues to stack up penalty kicks on the year. Marshall already with 3 in 5 games. Make that 4 now in 6 matches for the Thundering Herd.
And when you stay aggressive, not only do you create opportunities, and we get another look here going back to that foul.
Take a look
inside
again,
the box.
and that's what they're calling right there. You get a look, that's 5 Joaquin Suarez tripping up Romberg, just throwing the foot out there. Made no contact with the ball. And that's what gives Marshall the penalty kick now. Pinto v. Goff. Pinto strikes, and Viva Huntington for High Pinto. When it comes to playing the Coastal Carolina, shot to clears, Marshall leads 2-0. Marshall creates the opportunity, 1 in the run of play now, 1 off of a PK, and the Herd leads 2-0 over Coastal. Run of play controlled by Marshall thus far, and Pinto on the year. He's done this every time. The slight hesitation gets the goalie to commit one way, and you see that slight hesitation, it got Goff to commit to the left, and instead Pinto plays it to Goff's right.
Of course, you see Coastal Carolina huddled up after there. You can see a lot of the players kind of making the hand motion saying, hey.
Sun Belt Conference tournament champions, but this season last in the preseason poll after going 3-10-3 last year. Chanticleer's coming forward. Clausen off the deflection, ball off the post, and there on the rebound, putting it in is Larmond. Jalen Larmond counters the Marshall penalty kick a minute later, and Coastal cuts the Marshall lead in half at 2-1. There was an individual run by Luke Clausen down the near side that just created the space, and Larmond on the rebound is able to get the Coastal Carolina goal. Take a look again, there's Clausen and really just beating the Marshall back line. Pinto caught flat-footed, ball played in off the post, but then Larmond's right there and sends it in. You see the frustration on the face of Dan Rose as well.
And Rose, of course, you know, he expects the best from himself every single night. As you mentioned with keepers earlier, they need to go into each contest thinking that they are the best player on the pitch and nobody's going to beat them. Of course, giving up one late here in the first half, he knows that keeps Coastal lurking.
Near side, De La Vibora now, cutting inside to the top of the 18. De La Vibora, left foot, and rolls it near side wide. As he tried to create some space. That'll be the end of the first half. Marshall leading 2-1 over Coastal Carolina at the half. Third with goal from De La Vibora, as well as High Pinto. Coastal Carolina getting a goal from Jalen Larmond. 2-1 Marshall with the lead as we get set to begin the second half. So Chris Graff. Free kick comes in, ball bending in, bouncing around and sent away by Marshall. Somehow the Herd's able to clear it, but a foul was called beforehand. Just at the top of the 6-yard box, seen flashes, just got to be consistent. And this is kind of that last 5 minutes here, that's the inconsistency. Fujita takes a shot from just State on October 4th, and then home to the University of Kentucky on November 10th. Marshall works into the box for Larry Noel. Noel crosses, nobody home. You look up and down this Marshall roster, there's few players that have played more minutes than Tio Gadar. He's played nearly the gas, that is. De La Vibora just outside the 18, and now the Herd really patient on the ball. Chips it in, looking for De La Vibora inside the 18, and gets turned by Butterworth. Coastal trying to move forward on the attack, and now well off his line is Dan Rose, and Marshall just has to clear. So here comes the corner now. He sent across the face of net. Ball headed straight down, headed up over the crossbar by Marshall. And it creates another corner for the Chanticleers. I think that was Christian Cook that headed it down. From Ono, West Virginia, it's about 20 minutes from here. Larry Noel splits two defenders. Noel into the 16, left foot strike, and really no threat that time as he tried to put it top shelf. 4 matches, 2 tonight, so getting close to that season average. Ball played all the way back for Rose, and Rose tries to clear off the bench. Share that will take the throw. 2,051 in attendance tonight. Share, deep throw in, left foot. Francis tries to play it in and just rolls it across. Throw in is going to come into the 18-yard box for Coastal. Ball headed high in the air by Marshall, and Rose off his line grabs it out of the air for Coastal. Going to take the free kick from the far side. Ball chipped in, deflected off of a couple heads. Ball bouncing near the top of the 18, and I think that caught a hand. They're going to say it caught a Coastal hand is the official. The official's going to say it caught a Coastal Carolina hand. You see the Chanticleers, and they're having a conversation with the official. The Chanticleers want VAR. It definitely caught a hand, but I could not tell whose hand. You see both teams, both sides, talking with Andre Castle. Get a look at Coach Grassi as well. Here comes our official. As they're going to say, I think, they're going to say it caught Almoody. You see him talking with Almoody. They're going to say it caught Almoody first and then caught Noel. Coming on and playing your best minutes whenever you do play. Ball up ahead for Marshall, getting around a defender is the Thundering Herd. Inside the 18, ball crossed, but nobody home.
On his feet a moment ago, so that's, of course, good news.
Moody sends one into the 18, ball headed in the air. Rose kind of bending on Clausen. Clausen gets around Gadar. Clausen into the 18 now. Clausen all alone by himself. Clausen takes a shot and is deflected away and out by midfield. Off to Larry Noel. Noel gets tripped up, has the ball taken away with 15 seconds left, and Marshall's just going to try and possess. Hurd tries to clear it, can't, or pass it across the formation, can't do so. 2 players collide with 5 seconds left. That's Roberto, as well as couldn't get the number for Coastal. But the 2 players contending for the ball, Marshall will hold on. Roberto still down far side. The Thundering Herd hangs on in this one. The sloppy second half for Marshall.